So what happened last night? Anybody do anything interesting? Okay. The 2024 presidential race ended yesterday. And this is what the country and the world woke up to this morning. Take a look.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
So,
President-elect Donald Trump took the stage with his family overnight, promising to unify the country.
Donald Trump overtaking Kamala Harris and many other battleground states in the big red wave taking over much of the country.
A sweeping and stunning victory unlike any in our history. Whit Johnson is in West Palm Beach with the Trump campaign. Good morning, Whit.
Hey, George, good morning to you. 2 impeachments, 2 assassination attempts, criminal convictions, and a comeback for the ages. Overnight, Trump celebrating what he called the most unified coalition, a new wave of support that will carry.
Take a look at this electoral vote count, will you? Let's pop that up if we can. He gets 286 to her 226 this morning. Of course, 270 was the magic number. That was what was needed to claim victory. Decision Desk HQ was the first network to project the presidency for Donald Trump about an hour before everybody else did. This historic election making headlines across the country right now. Blake, you know, I was expecting for you and I to be on for several more days. No answer, no sleep, cots in our offices. Here we are. This thing called at about 1:30 this morning Eastern time. How?
Expect the unexpected in politics, right? Although there was a way or the other overnight, and that, Markey, is what we are.
Well, America voted, and they got what they wanted. So let's talk about it. What's going on? Get on the podcast. It's your host, Ivory. So, obviously, by the title of this episode, it's definitely not going to be an easy conversation to have. One of my biggest things I've realized about making a podcast is I wanted to talk about things that made us uncomfortable or things that we're learning from, you know? I love having a group of people, like my friends and stuff like that, and we have these, like, really hard conversations on camera, where I feel like the people who watch, like you guys, that can relate to, like, our stories and our things and give us advice, and we give you advice and stuff. But with everything that's transpired today, with the outcome of our election, I felt like I need to start doing more and not staying quiet. When it comes to politics and stuff like that, I don't like to make it known for many reasons of like how I really feel about certain things, because the world that we live in, a lot of times it's like, if you can agree or disagree with me, I feel like it can never be that way. It always has to end up in a lot of violent manners and just a lot of things that I just don't want to associate myself with at times. But I realized, like I was saying, is that sometimes you gotta learn to be comfortable and uncomfortable. And I feel like me not saying nothing is me not doing nothing. So I wanted to just release an episode on my thoughts of just the election and how I feel about it. So originally, this episode was supposed to be a fun episode. I recorded last week with 2 of my friends, and I kept, thinking to myself, like, do I really want to put this episode out today, or do I want to give it a week and stuff? And I kept saying to myself, well, the episode is funny, And I kept saying maybe people can catch a laugh and stuff like that, but I just, I don't know, I just kept saying to myself that I feel like this is more important. So, as you know, we all know, the whole world knows really, is that now Donald Trump is our president again. And, I really have mixed feelings about it. It kind of reminds me of in 2016 when he first won. I remember that was my first time ever voting. I was 19, I was in college. I remember I drove back home to my hometown and voted, and watching the polls with all my college peers and stuff like that. And it was really exciting because at that time I really wasn't privy to so much of politics. I knew some stuff, of course, with Obama and stuff, that when he was in office, a little by little, and being on the debate team and also understanding. But at this time, I'm actually doing it. I'm actually making, I'm actually about to put a person that's a president on. I'm doing something. I feel actually, yeah, let's get this going. And I remember, my first initial with that time when Hillary lost and he won, I just remember just being oh no, because back in even to this day too, you saw the things that he kept saying and doing, and it was just one of those things I just couldn't understand. I remember the next day we had classes canceled. It was more of a mental health day. Protests were going on campus. People for Trump, people for Clinton, and it definitely made me realize how divided we are as a country, and still, we still are divided as a country. Now, fast forward, to 2024, as he's running, I remember, since even the last election with Biden and him, I started to also educate myself and understand, what I should do and how I should be involved and stuff like that, and which was, great. But again, now, it's hard, though, to sometimes articulate certain things because I felt why is it so hard to grasp that we want a female president in this world? I don't know, I just, here's the thing. I saw this on the Rolling Stone today. I'm gonna read this. It says, the Rolling Stone put out, Donald Trump, the twice impeached former president, January 6th coup leader, convicted felon, adjudicated sexual abuser, and man who mismanaged the 2020 economic implosion and coronavirus disaster that killed more than 1 million people in this country, has convinced American voters to give him another term in the White House. So basically, I'm trying to understand, I just need someone to explain to me how someone who lost the popular vote twice, spent the last 4 years attacking minorities, women, blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, LGBTQs, plus, and suddenly wins the popular vote. Does that really make sense? I'm sorry, does that, not even sorry, does that make sense? So again, I'm kind of a little bit all over the place. Last night, I decided to have a pool viewing party. So basically, my mom, my grandmother, my cousins, my aunt. It was just something where I wanted to have family, because I remember I kept saying yesterday, I feel like history's gonna be made. I remember we had cups and stuff like that. We cheers. And my first toast was saying, "Here's the history being made," or us for around the next 4 years. In a sense, I say that jokingly, we're us fixing the 4 years. And when you're watching the polls, I was watching it yesterday, and watching it, you see Kamala won Vermont, this one. Then after that, you see Trump won 3 states, and then you're seeing it over and over as the night progresses, and then you're just oh shit, he might actually win. But you keep the hope, you keep the faith and stuff like that at that time. And then I went to sleep around 12-ish. I woke up around 5 a.m. today, and I saw online that he won. And like I said, the first time seeing him win, I was devastated. I cried and I was upset. Now, moving forward to today, it was kind of like, I wasn't sad, nor was I happy. My body was very numb, and it was just like kind of like a flashback, like, oh, I think I've seen this before, like this happening again, you know? And I really was I don't get it. Like, I really don't understand, like, what it is, again, with, like, the world that we live in. And I am still learning to understand so much about the political views and parties, like, you know, voting and doing this and that, and just understanding, like, what is it that people like Trump, honestly. And also in this video is just like, I'm not here to, like, I know there's a lot of people who are Trump supporters, and the last thing I need is you on my ass. Listen, he won president, congratulations. But also I feel like the people that voted for Trump won, I feel like it benefit them, mainly, for whatever reasons they have. But the people that voted for Kamala, in my opinion, are people that also might not be in the same situations that they're in, but they're caring to help, to understand, to grow so many things that we want approved. We want things to get better for our country. But again, we're so divided, and it's just like, how are we ever going to get better? You know what I mean? So, you know, as today goes on, it's early. I really just didn't want to, like, really watch any news thing or be a part of it. On Instagram, I posted 2 things I thought that was nice and optimistic, because I could be pissed. I was mad. I could be pissed. I could be mad, angry, and just confused of like what, you know, as we all are, and as we all feeling right now, you know. But I just decided not to just get on too much of, like, being negative, you know. So, you know, a lot of people called off work today, took a mental health day and stuff. I chose not to. One of the things I do is I work with younger children. So, you know, the younger children I work with are very young. They don't understand politics. It doesn't come to them, you know what I mean? So, like, for me, I felt like my mental health today was kind of shifted in kid world, in a sense, catering to their needs and stuff like that. And it felt like a good release in the sense of the news and media for like 9 hours. I did get a lunch break though, and I did see some stuff, and it was just like feeling my things, like feeling my, like, fire and my energy towards it again. But you know, like, just coming back home now today, and just really just trying to, like, think about, like, what to say or how to go about it, you know. And I'm, like, right now looking through, like I said, like, it's today, like, it hasn't even been a full 24 hours that he's been president. So I'm on my phone, I'm literally, like, listening and trying to understand things and stuff like that, and I don't know. And I just think that I feel like this. I want you to watch this clip real quick, actually.
Donald Trump officially wins the race for president. Now the entire world is reacting to that news this morning.
Joni is live with what Chicagoans are saying this morning. Hi, Joni.
Hi there. And you know, when you stand in downtown Chicago, the whole world is in Chicago, so you can get a really worldly view. A lot of people are expressing surprise, both a happy surprise and a not happy surprise. And for those who are disappointed, there is resolve today to try to accept the results, because Donald Trump won this election because Americans voted for him. President-elect Trump declared victory overnight before it was official. It was in the middle of the night, so a lot of people woke up to this news. The voters are just learning that he has won. You know, he gave a speech emphasizing healing last night. Some Chicagoans say they're happy, and some are stunned.
My daughter is really looking all the news, and so she's 17, and she's really disappointed of, you know, women's rights and stuff like that.
I feel great. It's a great day for the USA. Yeah. And they got the popular vote, too. Nobody had that on their bingo card.
Disappointed, sad, angry for human rights, LGBTQIA+, reproductive rights, women rights, education rights, environmental rights. It's just very disappointing because I was looking at the demographic, and a lot of Latinos and a lot of women and a lot of minorities really fall for the lies from either TikTok, the news, anything.
So, after watching that clip and seeing like people's outrages and how they really feel about certain things, I really want to understand, well, a couple of things that stuck out for me is, one, I'm a male, right? I have a penis in between my legs, right? And Trump has a penis in between his legs too. I'm just trying to understand, as a male, really, if I'm being honest, how can you tell a woman what to do with their body, you know? And I think that's like one of my biggest things. I've always said that. It's just like, your body, your choice, and stuff like that, you know? For me, I am pro-abortion of sorts. You know, like I said, I'm not a female, so for me, it's just like, it's your body, your choice. And I always kind of lean into it, like, sometimes where the reason why I am like that, and I do believe that, is because there's been women that's been sexually, like, assaulted, and there's so many other, like, disgusting things, and I feel like it should be, like, you know, talked about, and I feel like it should be, like, handled a certain way on their accord, not what a man should think and stuff like that, and I think that's, like, total bullshit, one. So I think that for the rights that he's trying to do and what he's trying to implement right now makes no sense. But again, I'm about that. And then another thing for me that also makes me upset is I'm gay, you know? And I just don't like the discrimination and the things that he says about the LGBTQ+. So here's the thing, John. I didn't wake up one day and chose to be gay. I didn't be like, you know what, I'm gonna check this box, like, I'm gay. Like, no, I didn't choose to be, I was born this way. And, you know, I got a lot of messages too, like, after work reading, like, oh, I pray for your safety, I hope that you're good and stuff like that. And, like, you know, like, I felt like it's always going to be a continuous battle with so many things, especially with, like, the LGBTQ+. It's always going to be some battling. But what I'm here to say and let everyone know is that, one, we are here to stay. We are just like everyone else. You know? Just because we're not straight, just because we might like the same gender, does not make us animals. Does not make us disgusting. We are people too. You know? So, with this being said, moving forward, I definitely, again, am going to stand up for my community. I'm definitely going to stand up and make sure that we are protected, that we are safe and stuff like that. And it's not going to be easy. It's not. And the thing is, like I said, like, it feels like it's so easy to, like, oh, I give up, or it is what it is, and stuff like that, with just so much, because there's so much going on. It's not even just like that, like Hispanics, the things that's going on with them, and then just, like, it's just so much shit, bro. Like, I'm just saying, it's just like, I can't even, if I tell you so much, like, if I go, like, on fingers of things that's been said, and that what he's doing or what he's trying to make happen, it's disgusting. But the best I can say right now, moving forward, with just, like, again, it's like so many emotions and so much, like, built up energy, it's like, how can I help? How can I become part of the solution? So, moving forward, I personally, myself, am going to continue to educate myself. I'm going to make sure that I do the work. I'm going to make sure that with this podcast as well, like, we talk about more things. We talk about reproductive rights. We talk about the LGBTQ. We talk about immigrations, and, like, just so much. I can't sit back and just not do nothing. I feel like it's easier to just, like, well, it's whatever, complain and not do nothing. No. We just can't keep going backwards in that sense. Yeah, it's going to be a fight. Yeah, it's going to continue being this and that. But it's really up to us. And I want to just also say shout out to all of us that voted, that did our thing, and, like, I feel like, you know, like, people are, you know, especially the young Gen Z, whatever not, is killing it, you know, understanding more and stuff like that, taking more initiatives and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to just like hop on real quick and let this message be known of like where I stand. Again, so many things are still coming out right now. They have literally, I was on Twitter. They kept saying like, oh, like Trump cheated, 20 million votes. Like it's so much. And I feel like by the time this podcast comes out, it's gonna be more things that's been happened and said. And like, it should be honestly just like it's just gonna be like a emotional roller coaster until January, until we have to embrace to what's to come. But I'm here as a black gay male. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up hope. I'm going to continue to fight the fight, walk the walk, be there for my peers, try to understand my peers' situations and understand more of what's going on in this world. And you should too. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not leaving this country. Like, no, I'm staying here. And I'm here to stay. But yeah, I just wanted to just like get off my frustrations on how I felt today. And I'm going to end the video off with what Kamala said. And also I want to just say, shout out to Kamala and her grace and the things that she said. And the election run, everything that she did, like, it's not easy, you know? It's not. But you know what? I prefer to have someone, even though people might not agree with everything that she said and stuff, I get it, but I'd rather have her as my president than a person with convicted felonies and charges and says racial things and thinks that he wants to make America great again, which I keep asking, when was America great again? When was it ever great? Like, I don't know, but again, sound off on the comments and tell me like how you guys really feel. I'm not, like I said, like I'm not looking for bashing or being rude or anything like that. I just want a conversation. I'm starting a conversation right now, and eventually in future episodes I want to start elevating more towards it. This is only the first step. So thank you again for watching, guys, and listen to Kamala speak, and yeah, stay safe, guys.
Good. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So let me say, and I love you back, and I love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting. To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran, and the way we ran it, Over the 107 days of this campaign, we have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say